Hi there, it's Derek Fredrickson from clientattraction.com and the Client Attraction Business School, where our students learn exactly how to get more clients, make more money, and multiply their business. And something that we are always teaching our students here at Client Attraction and in the Client Attraction Business School is how to create an email newsletter, otherwise known as an ezine, not ezine, ezine, that you can send out to your email subscriber list. And whenever I speak or talk or teach on the topic of email list building or email marketing or online marketing, I always get questions around the topic of a newsletter, such as, Derek, how do I put my newsletter together? What should I include and where do I begin? And also, how often should I send out my newsletter, right? Every week, every month. But what about the format, Derek? Which is best, HTML or plain text? And here's the thing, sending a consistent email newsletter or ezine to your email subscribers, it builds trust and it builds value with that relationship over time. You're conditioning, when you send out your newsletter, you're conditioning your readers to consume and appreciate the value of your content. And ultimately, they get to know you, like you, and trust you even more, so they become a paying client. Your ezine is your go-to, stay in touch online marketing vehicle, all right? It keeps you on their radar screen and helps build this connection and deepens this relationship between you and your readers, right? Notice how I said relationship between you and your readers. And there are three very, very important factors to consider when planning and creating your email newsletter, including number one, content, okay? Number two, frequency and timing. And number three, format and layout. In today's video strategy, I'm going to go into area number one, ezine creation or content. What are the areas of the ezine that you want to put for your newsletter, all right? And I'm gonna share with you the essential ezine creation and content areas you'll need to make your ezine memorable and effective to your readers, all right? So let's get started. First off, number one, start off your ezine with a personal note. This is very client attractive and it's important to begin with, I think, because it reminds your reader that there's a real person behind the email, not just a company or just a brand, right? Your readers, and I think all of us in general, more or less, are more interested in making a connection with someone personally rather than just trying to gain sales or to buy something. The more personal you are and your personal note, that's why we call it a personal note, the more personal and transparent you are, the more the subscribers get to know the real you and therefore become increasingly more engaged and interested and excited in what you have to share in the rest of the newsletter. And each newsletter going forward, right? Perhaps use this as a way to showcase your personality or part of your brand, or keep it positive and good news focused. Because listen, people want to be associated with an advancing and successful person. So showcase that in your personal note. This will make your ezine even more engaging from the very start and make them more likely to continue reading, okay? Number two is reveal your high value content. You can link to an article that you've written or a video strategy like we do here at Client Attraction with valuable, interesting, and useful information. Something that, much like your irresistible free offer, which I've explained before, it gives readers an idea of who you are, what you can do for them, and why they should work with you, right? Let me let you in a little bit of a secret. In case you haven't already realized it, this video right here that you're watching right now, I think is a perfect example, right? So in this week's ezine, we linked to this blog post with this video that you're watching with a compelling image and some copy, but not all of the copy, from this blog post. That was in the newsletter, and it got people to click to come and watch the video. And in this video, I'm giving you our tested method when it comes to creating our own email newsletter. I know this is valuable information for you because we've spent years and years testing and improving our own ezine, and now I'm sharing it with our email subscriber community in the form of valuable content, right? So that's how you do it. Number three, thirdly, is the client spotlight or client success story or case study, something about your clients. Every ezine, you'll notice we showcase a different client testimonial for the Client Attraction Business School. And like I mentioned before with the video, we use text and video to make the content and the testimonial more compelling. Now listen, when you pick a testimonials, recognize that the best ones are usually results driven. Your prospects probably believe that you're good at your business and you're good at what you do. And while that's excellent, material for a testimonial, what turns people from prospect to client are the results, right? So use this section of your newsletter to showcase a client result that really, in their own words, right, in the client's words, show exactly what you did for them and what impact it has had for them and what changes it made for their lives. That works really, really powerfully. Number 4, you should also provide a clear about me section in your ezine, okay? It should concisely highlight basically, who you are, what you do, how you do it, and why. It's kind of like a brief bio, if you will. You can, for an example, translate your elevator speech and condense it and include it in your ezine, right? That's a quick strategy. Give the most important facts about you and your mission, but don't give away too much, right? This isn't about you, it's about them, all right? Number 5, and this is an option, it's not required in my book, it's totally up to you, basically a favorite section, which is great for perhaps a product or a service that you're promoting or some of your sales offerings, right? Or even just articulating and getting across the culture of who you are and your company based on what you like, what you follow, what your interests are, your favorites. Maybe this is a calendar section with some basic information about upcoming dates and events that maybe you're doing, all right? And then the last and crucial part of your ezine is mandatory in my book. It's the manage your subscription section, right? You need to give the option to your subscribers to opt out of your ezine if they no longer want to receive it, right? Not only is this required by law, but I actually think it's very courteous because it reminds them that they are receiving this by choice, right? And not just for your sake. And please, please, please do me this favor. Don't make unsubscribing from your list a hard process. That will only annoy your prospects and make them less willing to opt in later or re-opt in for that fact. Let's treat your subscribers as you would like to be treated. And remember that opt-outs aren't always a bad thing. I actually think they're a good thing that can help you clean out your list and focus on the more engaged, interested, and recent subscribers, okay? So now for your assignment, I'm going to give you a task and ask you to conduct an ezine content audit, specifically around the areas that I just went through and how your ezine perhaps models what we've done here at Client Attraction, right? What areas of the ezine are you missing or maybe lacking in some way? Or maybe if you're just getting started, how are you going to build it out now that I've given you the roadmap? How can you improve on what's there? Share below in the comments. I'd love to hear about it, okay? And I'm going to see you next time for part 2 of my Client Attraction email newsletter strategy, all right? So look forward to seeing you on that video. And until then, thanks for watching and happy Client Attraction. Bye-bye.